What's up, guys? It's Will back again, and today I'm here to actually do a preview video for the Prime 1 Studios Heath Ledger The Dark Knight 1/3 scale statue from Prime 1 Studios. So we're going to go into the specifics of the statue, talk about whether it'd be a good purchase, long term for you as a collector, or whether you just want a window shop. That's totally fine too, because this is a beautiful piece that bears talking about, looking at, discussing, all of that. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So what we're going to do today is look at the specifics of everything to do with this statue. So I'm actually on the Prime 1 Studios website right now. The Prime 1 Studios website, if you have no familiarity with Prime 1 Studios, they're expensive. They produce expensive, high-end statue collector's pieces. So they are not for the faint of heart. Let's say that, because you can see here, this piece actually retails for $1,499. It is 1/3 scale. It is a 1/3 representation of Heath Ledger in the Dark Knight film. So you can see it retails for $14.99. You can get it from other places as well for around the same price. Shipping will always kind of be the pain with these big pieces because it's never going to be cheap. Since Prime 1 is actually shipping from Japan, it's a little more expensive depending upon, the shipping method you choose. They have economy shipping, which takes about 3 months to get to you, or you can do a standard shipping method, which takes you could take 2 weeks. Like my Pennywise took like a week or two, and it's much more expensive, but worth it. So in this case, I can tell you guys, shipping to Maryland, USA from Japan, this was about $175, something like that, to ship. I can't remember exactly, but something along those lines. So not too bad. I'm actually fine with it. I had some rewards codes because Prime 1 does have rewards. So I was able to get like $200 off the statue. So that helped knock the price down a little bit. But this is an expensive piece. I have a Heath Ledger in 1/3 scale already, but this is one I feel I needed to add to the collection. So let's go ahead and jump into the statue itself here. What I like about what Prime 1 does is they kind of show the first picture right off the bat. What is this bonus version that they're offering? What does it entail? Why is it worth considering? Why is it worth pre-ordering by a certain date with them or with another company possibly? Well, you get a clown mask of the Joker when he robs the bank. That's kind of cool. I don't think it would really be something I'd ever put on the sculpt because of how good it looks, but it's a nice accessory to add nonetheless. It's kind of, I don't know if it's really worth going crazy to pre-order this second because of that, but it is kind of a nice bonus to have. The real winner of this piece here is the real selling point of this piece is the head sculpt of Heath Ledger. So this was actually made in collaboration with Blitzway, a company that does really well for the most part with head sculpts. The new Keanu Reeves head sculpt for Bill and Ted that I've seen pictures of, that doesn't look so great, but a lot of the others look really, really good. And Prime 1 Studios is generally pretty good with sculpts, but they can be hit or miss. It just depends on the figure, the likeness, whether they nail a certain one. But generally speaking, they do a pretty good job from proto to final product, meaning the prototype looks a lot like the final product you're going to receive in the end. But their sculpts are not always 100%. They're pretty good. Their tailoring is always good. They sculpt things really well. But in terms of their sculpting, not always perfect. Blitzway comes in, though, and they have a collaboration, and they nail these sculpts for Prime 1. And everything else about the statue that Prime 1 has gone into looks really good already. So it's just a great collaboration and teamwork effort here. So just looking at these pictures here, guys, this is incredible. And he comes with multiple different swap out parts that you can exchange so you can display him however you see fit. This gun here actually is a swappable part with that arm. So you can actually, put him in a knife holding pose, holding the gun. The money you can actually, looks like scatter around. The rest of the base is one sculpted piece, so that's pretty nice. But you have some flexibility in how you approach this. You can see the statue is about 72 centimeters tall. That's pretty tall. So this is a piece that's going to demand some space and some presence, but it is going to be worth it in the long run. What I will say is, it's also, it's just a big piece in general. All these Prime 1 pieces, they're 1/3 in scale, or sometimes even 1/2 scale, like my Pennywise. So they're large. Let's just say that. This is exactly how I would pose him. What I like about this figure in particular, this statue, is the sculpted hair. I don't think anyone has done Heath Ledger's sculpted hair nearly as well as Prime 1 has done in this photo with Blitzway. This is beautiful. I'm not sure what type of material those hair strands are in the front. I'm hopeful that it's going to last long term, but it should. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't, but it is something that looks really good. I have the rooted hair version of Queen Studios in 1/3 scale. It looks really, really good. It's kind of a pain to futz with the hair, but it does look great once you actually get it looking pretty good. But it's not something that's easy to do in the beginning. It's not always fun to do. So There's so many photos of this statue on the Prime One website, but every view, I love that they show you everything. Like, look how intricate and detailed the base is. I mean, this is incredible. They got the bat symbol, got like the broken street, like different police crossing signs, the "Why So Serious" on the back. I mean, a lot of that you're probably never going to see unless you have like a setup where you can rotate the statue around. Most people are going to put this in display where you're not going to be moving it too frequently or rotating it at all. So it's a nice touch. It's an extra piece of detail that adds to the aesthetic of the figure, but it's not something that I think like is a major deal breaker for me. But it's really, really cool. And I like the piles of money. Let's actually talk about the pose as well. So the pose is really, really nice. It actually comes, we'll get into this, with these the grenades that you can put in there or not put in there. They're swappable, so to speak. So there are different pose options, which are really cool, which kind of, in a way, speaks to the justification for the $1,500 price tag. I think it's a little high for a 1/3 scale statue, but the demand for this piece, the different swap out options, just the base in general, it is a really, really nice piece. The prices are going up on all collectibles. I mean, Hot Toys, Prime One, whatever the case may be. So it's not exactly a surprise or a shocker here that this is priced as highly as it is. So this sculpt, guys, the smiley sculpt, I think is so good. I mean, like the teeth, I think are perfect. People have complained a little bit about the nose being a little bit too wide. Maybe. Like, I don't really see it as a major deal. I think this sculpt is pretty much like 95% there. Can they make a little bit of a refinement to the nose? Maybe, sure. But ultimately, yeah, it's not that big a deal for me. I still think it looks exactly like Heath Ledger. This is a perfect representation of him. And I was mentioning the pose. I actually really like it. The hunched over look kind of works for this specific piece because he's handing the card to someone. He's like in that sort of Joker, let me give you my card pose, which I think is really, really nice. He's also in that sort of smiling pose that he's kind of known to do. And I like the detail on the teeth. That is incredible. It's just really, really cool. Just the amount of, like, I guess we call it plaque, just yellowness on the teeth, and the mouth and the makeup just looks, and the dirtiness of it, it just looks incredible. And like I said, these hair strands, if you haven't noticed, these eyes are actually movable. They're posable. You can adjust them. That is crazy. Here it is. That is insane. You can adjust these eyes to fit whatever, version of the pose you'd like. I'd probably keep them kind of looking off to the right side here, this top one. That's probably what I would do, to be honest, but they're all great. Look at that. Prime One gives you every view of this stuff. It's really cool. The LED light up portion, I could take it or leave it, to be honest. I don't think I'm probably ever going to use it. It's nice. It's a nice feature, but I don't think it's really one that I would go crazy over. You know what I mean? I don't think this is one that I would really be like, oh my God, this has an LED feature. It's not that type of base where it really necessarily matters. Like, I think for some other bases, maybe like an Iron Man or something like that, it might matter a little bit more. We talked about the detachable grenades. That's really cool. It kind of looks like it would be a little bit of a hassle to get in there. So I don't know. I'll probably put them in, but I'm going to be super careful about it because I don't want to break anything. So I will probably put them in because it does look cool, but I would recommend some serious caution with this type of stuff. The card is really cool. Look at that. See, like I said, how I'm going to display him, honestly, is the knife holding pose, because I think that's really, really cool. I think that really goes well with what the pose is. I don't feel like he would really have a machine gun in this type of pose, but like the knife he would. So that's something I feel like would really be cool. But I mean, hey, it's great either way. You could change it out, you can swap it out, make adjustments. It adds some flexibility to the piece. But yeah, like I said, they give you every single angle here that you could possibly want to see of this statue. And like the tailoring on it looks incredible. There's always like the audience that says that they want fully sculpted versus some mixed media. I like both. I think it just depends on the piece. I think for this specific Joker, I don't think that sculpted really makes much sense because I think that it's a suit. I mean, you can sculpt a suit, sure, but I feel like it just looks a little more realistic if you have mixed media in this type of situation. The tailoring looks really good. One thing that's always a pain with these figures, though, is dressing them because like almost certainly he's going to come mostly undressed. So like that's kind of a hassle because you have to get him all set up, which is a pain. Getting Pennywise dressed was not fun. I've seen videos of people dressing the 1/2 scale Joker that Prime One has made. Not fun. But once you do it, you never have to do it again. But it might take you like an hour to get him dressed because it's very intricate. It takes a lot of work to get these pieces exactly set up right. The ties should probably already be tied, but just getting it set up properly is going to be a little bit of a pain. So yeah, it's not going to be fun. But you don't always want to dress your figures, but in some cases you have to, because shipping this might be a little bit difficult to keep it all in one piece and keep it undressed and like not wrinkled up by the time it gets to you. So like that's a little bit of the problem here. So yeah, this piece is incredible. I think, like I said, this sculpt absolutely nails the likeness of Heath Ledger in this film. And this is a piece that I feel like as a movie collector, if you love The Dark Knight and you love Heath Ledger's performance, this is one I feel like you almost have to have. Is it expensive? If you can't, if it's not something that's in your budget, then absolutely don't do it. I mean, it's not something that, everyone needs, so to speak, if you love The Dark Knight. But if you are a collector and you have, some disposable income to put on a piece like this, then I would recommend picking it up, because I do feel like this is one that when it sells out is going to go up in price. I mean, this is already a very in-demand piece. And the edition size will obviously remain to be seen, because that depends on how many pre-orders they get. But, it could be a couple thousand at least. The Joaquin Phoenix Joker, I believe, was 2,600, something like that. So this one should probably be at least that, if not more so. So yeah, I don't think there's really too much more to say about this piece other than that, for me, I'm going to be getting it. I already pre-ordered it from Prime One directly. So I really would recommend this piece if, like I said, you are a fan of the Joker. So like I said, just keep in mind, the price tag here. You can actually pay it off in installments if you'd like. They let you do 7 installments. It'll give you like a breakdown of what each installment will cost you, which is really nice. So you could also pay it off in one installment if you prefer to do that. You'll pay on shipment. But really, this guy's set to come out July to September of 2021. That is actually a really quick turnaround. That's like, what, a 7 to 8 month turnaround, possibly? That's incredible. I mean, there's probably going to be a delay in there, to be honest. I would say maybe late December of 2021 or early 2022 is probably more likely. But who knows? The Joaquin Phoenix Joker, they actually hit an earlier delivery date. Like I said, it's shipping this month. It's ready to go almost. So yeah, this guy is really, really cool. And just some of the specifics here, like you may have seen, 29 inches tall. We talked about that. Just the detailed likeness, the base, there's swappable hand parts. Like I said, this statue has a lot of different options here. And it can really be a centerpiece of any collection. So like, I feel like this is one, even though I already have, and guys, look at the Heath Ledger they did in 1/2 scale. Like, it's okay. I mean, it's okay. But like this one with Blitzway, it's so much better. It's perfect. This is definitely one that I feel like you just have to pick up. So whether you grab it or not is just going to depend on personal preference. But for me, I think this is a must buy. So other than that, let me know your comments and the thoughts below. If you have any other products you'd like me to preview, then let me know. But this is definitely one that I felt like I needed to make a quick video on, at least because this is an exciting piece for sure. The Heath Ledger performance of the Joker is my favorite acting performance of all time. So needless to say, this is one I'm definitely going to be getting. If they ever make another, a Loki statue in 1/4 scale or 1/3 scale, I'm getting that, specifically the Avengers outfit. Kylo Ren already have the premium format, but still, this Joker is right up there with those characters. So nonetheless, like I said, leave your thoughts in the comments below on what you think of this piece and what you think of everything about it, and we can discuss. So other than that, this is WillFoxification signing off. I'll see you guys in the next one.